I just finished watching the MrBeast game. I know there's still more episodes left, but that thing had me realize a couple of things, which was I gotta make a name for myself. I don't want to struggle that bad where I gotta depend on other people on that damn show. Because what it taught me, what I got out of that was pretty much I can't depend on people when it comes to life. Because some of them people got kicked out. They took a L before they even started. And I'm just like, that's crazy. Because somebody got greedy for like 10 bands, 20 bands, whatever. And I got eliminated because of one person. Nah, man. Watching that show was wild. And I felt like, I don't know, man. I know a lot of people probably ended up fighting people at the end of the show. They probably ain't gonna show it to y'all. But man, it's crazy. This made me realize you can't depend on chance or people in this game because there's gonna be factors, two factors I feel like that's gonna affect you when it comes to life. And that game made me realize that, where it was like people gonna judge you how you act, and based on how you act or how you treat them. So if you pretty much like, I'll give you an example. Like in that game, I probably would have took a L a long time ago. The reason why I said that is because I'm not really an interactive person, and usually like the bubbly people to a certain degree was the ones that like, or the people that was talking the most was the one that stayed on the show for the longest. And as soon as you veer off and or you don't even talk to anybody in that game, I realized immediately you was an enemy because like, yo, why this person not engaging with me? They're suspicious. And the one thing I'm realizing with like people is like if they don't know, like or trust you, it's a wrap for you. And taking all that information in, I'm like, dang man, like okay, how do I apply that in life? Like for example, right? Like currently, right now, we're all going through economic hardship, and I live in a sunshine state. You already know where that is. And minimum wage, I think, is like $14 an hour, which is nothing. And surviving that right now is a lot. I ain't really trying to be on doom and gloom, but it's just like $14 an hour can't even buy you nothing. You could barely get an apartment. But to get to my point is we're all looking on YouTube to try to find something. We're all trying to find like a tutorial or trying to find some way to get out. The best way I could equate it to is like you're in a room and it's on fire. And it seems like the only option you have is two doors in front of you. But both of those doors ain't really good options, because there's still some fire. Like you could get out, but you're going to get burnt. And you picking the best of the worst. But in all actuality, there's like a third option, which is like, let's just say a window with a ladder. But the only reason why you don't see it is because there's smoke clouding it. So right now, what I'm trying to figure out is like, what's clouding my judgment? What smoke is covering that opportunity? Because if you're looking for a job, whatever, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, minimum wage, like it's either you work at a retail store, which you don't want to do, or a call center you don't want to do, and everybody mad at each other. And it's just like, yo, what's that third route? Obviously, if you heard the tech route, you heard real estate, etc. But it's like, all right, bro, like what if you don't want to do that? And there's people I've known who took in those classes, and it's just nothing happened. And then I kept realizing from that game, it's like, well, you only realize the options that's in front of you because you stay in a box. Especially if you're the type of person like me who's introverted, who just stays home and just looks up things, tutorials all day on YouTube. That's as far as you're going to go. Versus taking the internet to the next level where I could just like communicate, problem solve. I feel like the internet's become one-sided. Where back in the days where there was MySpace, I never had a MySpace, but based on my family members, they told me like it was a dope time where people were communicating with each other. Now with social media and the internet in general, it's just like, hey, I'm gonna spoon feed you whatever, and it's only one side. Now I don't be on Reddit. Maybe Reddit's different. I don't be on forums, but it's like it just feels one sided to me in a sense. Like I don't feel like I'm in a community. And then when I do join a community like Discord, it just be feeling, you know, it be too much conversation at once. It's like trying to have a relationship. Either it's too much conversation or that Discord is dead. And that's how I've been feeling about like social media and everything else. The point I'm trying to say is this, right? The Mr. Beast game, it made me realize how much everybody's struggling. Everybody got kids, a family to take care of, like besides kids, like their mom and dad, economic crisis. And I'm like, damn, bro, I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And the people who I've seen on YouTube succeed is like the people who made a name for themselves. I'll give you an example. Like, I can't think of the names, but usually when it came to like, I don't know, social media influencers, there was a lot of social media gurus, especially when Instagram first started and TikTok and YouTube. And we're all like running around trying to look for tutorials how to be like perfect to make the best content instead of just trying it. And I failed to make that mistake. I've watched so many different YouTubers relay the same message to me. And I never either applied it or I never stuck with it or I never found my path. Every time there's something new, a lot of people are looking for gurus or how to's. And the funny thing about it is, especially with like AI and everything dropping, those people who are teaching you the how to's didn't ask nobody how to do it. They ended up doing it themselves. So these are our answers y'all already know. It's just this weird fear of trying to get it right. And that stress and anxiety is like a killer of all that stuff. So with me, I'm realizing, damn, from the crypto investments to uh, small business stock investments, LLC forming, content creating, cinematography, photography, you name it, I've done it. I realized there was always someone who made a name just by teaching versus I could have been like, damn, I could have did it myself or just gave you a step by step. Now I have all the foundations from freelancing and helping other people. And I'm like, damn, man, like I have all the skill, but why I feel like it's still hard to get opportunities. And I feel like it's because I don't have a portfolio. I don't have that catalog of like work via social media numbers to show myself. And at the same time, I'm not stepping outside of my crib to talk to other people. You know, we all expect like people to just find us, and it's like that's not always the case. You need to be found. You need to create content or create something to be found, and get rid of that whole pressure of, yo, I need 100 views, I need 1,000, I need this, I need numbers. The best way I could equate it to is like working out. You know, the first week, you know, you're gonna be sore, but if you keep it up, you adapt. And the thing is, we want results, aka like the muscles. But for me, I failed to realize you're not going to see the superficial results in the beginning. When you work out, running, play a sport, jogging, swim, whatever, you're going to notice you'll get more endurance. You're not going to be as tired as you was in the beginning versus where you are at now. Still, you still look the same, but you're not as tired. That should be the sign for you to like, all right, cool, I'm motivated. I'm going to keep going. But because you're not seeing the results, and sometimes let's call it for what it is, man. It's not a lack of motivation. It's just life taking you in different directions. We're all going through it. You might lost somebody in your life. You might be going through economic hardships where you can't buy certain foods to stay in shape. Or you're going through other psychological issues like, hey, man, I got my spouse, for example. Not me, but you have a spouse that is treating you some type of way. That's why I feel like the internet's like mad toxic. Or you got friends that treat you some type of way, family. Like that social part is just, I feel like everybody's bullying each other and I'm not seeing solutions. And I'm trying to change my diet mentally of like what I'm consuming because it's too much doom and gloom. And I know my voice sounds like doom and gloom is. I'm more laid back. I'm not like, type of person. But I just like, damn, man, like, I'm really looking for answers. And in this channel, I'm just expressing myself and all my experiences and what I'm into. because I feel like I've been so serious my whole, I don't know, I've been so serious for such a long time. I feel like I just want to lay back. I know this first post is going to look serious as hell, but by all means, this is just progress. And I didn't want to start this because it's a new year. I just wanted to just continue what I was already doing with my other channels. My name's Daryl. I create content. I freelance. I've done PPC marketing for a couple of businesses. Right now, I'm deciding to just take it to a new level and shift and use all my skills and assets of what I'm learning and just talk about shit I like. Talk about how I'm feeling, and hopefully I can engage with any of y'all in the comments and just respond.